أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم الحمد لله رب العالمين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Dear brothers and sisters, we want to greet you with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum. I'm your brother Imam Abdul Azeez from Masjid Adam, the Community Life Center for Human Excellence. And we're here as a follow-up from our last discussion talking about the blessed month of Ramadan. Last time that we met, we talked about Ramadan coming in as a guest and that it would be in our best interest for us as a group or as individuals to receive Ramadan as a guest. So today we want to talk about the term siyam, saum, fasting. And we look at this term, Islamically, this term implies the imsak. Imsak in Islam means total abstinence from sunup to sundown, avoiding food and drink, and all of those things, intercourse with your spouse, and all of those things that break the fast from sunup to sundown. At the same time, dear brothers and sisters, abstinence in and of itself is a very important part of our Islamic faith. As you know, siyam is actually part of one of the 5 pillars of Islam. We have the shahadatain, we have the salah, we have the zakat, and then we have saum. Some people have the misunderstanding that it's Ramadan. No, Ramadan is the month in which fasting takes place. But siyam is the pillar. And we have hajj at the end. But we look at this idea being presented and we find that this is one of the most important aspects of the fara'id, or the obligatory duties that's laid upon us as individuals. And so when we talk about fasting or saum or abstinence during the month of Ramadan, we're talking about a total, how would you say, abstinence, if you will. We walk away from the things that will be breaking our fast. Usually when we have the month of Ramadan, it comes on time for every one of us. Each one of us, it comes right on time. And when it comes, it's coming as a result of us needing it. And so as a result of that, we find ourselves for the last 8-9 months, we may have gotten to the point where we've developed old habits, or we develop habits that are not necessarily Islamic, or they're not necessarily un-Islamic, but they're not good either. We're not growing. And so the month of Ramadan comes as a means to fix us a little bit, straighten out some things, and allow us to begin to focus more on our spiritual life. There are some benefits of the month of Ramadan. There are some levels of the month of Ramadan. And most certainly there are some goals of the month of Ramadan, which we'll be talking about very soon, inshallah ta'ala. But saum itself, it means that we should abstain from food and drink and all those things that break the abstinence, also with the intercourse with our spouses, excessive arguing, excessive worrying, excessive thinking about things that are not necessary, things that keep our focus, things that distract us, avoiding those distractions. These are parts of abstinence in the month of Ramadan. This total ignoring of those things by allowing us to be in a situation where those things are there and we don't partake in them. This is what abstinence is actually all about. It's not about us doing without it because it's not there, but it's about us doing without it when it's present. When we're there with our spouse, when we're there and there's food present, when there's an opportunity to answer someone in an argument and we refuse to do so. So abstinence in and of itself is something that helps us develop that inner strength that we at some point we have to go and address, because throughout the year we have made falling back into it. All of us are not perfect. Allah is merciful. So he tells us that the abstinence in and of itself is so that we can develop our taqwa. Now, I have to remind you, dear brothers and sisters, that the world needs taqwa. Allah has designed fasting for us every year. Every year he's designed fasting for us. And each year it comes on time. But the same method of fasting takes place. The same purpose takes place. What's the purpose of fasting? لَعَلَكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So that we may develop God consciousness. So we want to put our focus on that, dear brothers and sisters. And we want to be heavily involved with developing our taqwa, because when we develop it, we find ourselves in a position to where we can better help remove some of the social ills that we have in society. The world needs taqwa. And if Allah blesses us to have taqwa, then we will be those who are most needed in society. May Allah help us to that. We say Ameen, and may Allah bless you with a wonderful fast. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.